CKC, we have a few ways that we deal with challenging behavior from our students. We have a code of conduct that we revisit frequently, and it's pretty basic. It requires students to be respectful of themselves and others. It very clearly lays out that we do not allow bullying. We will not allow a student who is disruptive to stay in the classroom. However, we do give a lot of chances and a lot of opportunity for improvement. We don't ever think it's appropriate to give up on a kid. So we're gonna do absolutely everything that we can. Every child is coming with their own baggage. Some have a lot more than others. And so we encourage families to really clue us in as much as they can. What has your child gone through so far? What special things have they experienced in their life that we should be aware of? We have an amazing team, and it is led by our social emotional director, Jen Himelick, who is just a master of emotions and helping children with their big emotions and big feelings, helping them to process it, and sometimes helping them to get additional help, outside help, if that's what we feel like we need. Most of the behavioral challenges and disruptions that we, and pretty much all schools, deal with is the regular, everyday, in-class disruption. The class clown, maybe super sensitive child who gets disruptive because a bug lands on their notebook, or it's really cold, or it's really hot, and they're more sensory sensitive. So when a child is not able to do what the class is doing, we very simply remove them. There is always an adult, sometimes it's myself at the Myrtle Beach Co-op, sometimes it's the director at another co-op, or somebody who's been designated to take on this role, to help and sit with the child and get to the root of the problem. We don't just band-aid things. We don't just say, cut it out, you've been disruptive 10 times, you seem like there's something really bothering you, go back to class. We're really gonna take the time to have that child sit with our team, get to the bottom of the emotions, try to figure out what's happening. Like I said, get extra help if extra help is needed, loop in the parents or guardians, and really work as a team to figure out not how do I make this child stop disrupting my class, but how do I help this child to reach their full potential, to process whatever big feelings and emotions they are going through. It's very rare that that approach doesn't work. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes that child is being removed from classes for many weeks or even months until we really see clear, good progress. But the most important thing we can do in those situations is pause academics if we have to for that child and get to the root of the emotional distress. Because it's almost impossible for them to excel academically if there's a lot of emotional distress happening. So we really want to pause on whatever the academic situation is and focus on what's going on. But most of the time, again, it's somebody who's having a rough day, they had a rough morning, or they're angry about something and they just need somebody to say, hey, what's going on? And then they'll happily go back to class.